Our power woman, Claire Brown, joining us back in the studio today. And Claire, I know today we're talking about female voting and the importance of women going to vote. And today, you know, early voting began today in Arkansas. Very excited about that. I see, by the way, that you have an I voted sticker on.
I did. I went and voted today before I came in. I was so excited. So many times I talk about it's the who. Well, this time it's the when. You know, we ask, who are you voting for? And this year I think it's, when are you going to vote?
Oh, good,
Yeah, so it really just needs to be, that's the question. When is it going to happen? So voting is important to all of us because we all want to be seen and heard, and voting is how we make that happen. We've come so far since the suffrage movement with voting rights for women and the Right Act for women to vote. So to finally have all women gaining the right to vote in 1965, to now women being the majority of voter turnout across the country. In Arkansas, we have the lowest voter registration, and we also have the lowest voter turnout rate, despite gender. So with these issues that we've had facing women this year with Roe v. Wade and women's health, the voter turnout for women is going to be very interesting. And the prediction is that overwhelmingly the majority of voters will be women.
Interesting. And so here in Arkansas, when we talk about, you know, registering to vote, do we know what the number is for women and then what's keeping women historically from voting?
So that's the key. What's the hold back? What's holding women back? So 52% of registered voters in Arkansas are women, as 48% are men. And studies have found that women fall into typical patterns of being passionate, nurturing, and supportive. But they do this with politics. They do this with their candidates and campaigns, all the way from door knocking to donating their money, as it's our nature. And then when it comes to taking action and actually voting, studies have found that women who support and don't vote, this is due to not knowing the issues, not knowing the candidates, because what's important to them is how it applies to them personally and their families. So if women aren't able to apply it, then we don't prioritize it.
And so with that voter turnout then, how can we encourage more women to get to the polls this week?
Right, and so what we then have to do is, how do we apply it, basically? So I always like to say, if it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist. So what you have to do is make it a top priority. You schedule it. Make your own voting guide. This is so fascinating to me, and I get so excited. So go to vote411.org and make your voting guide. This was started by the League of Women Voters Education Fund. You go in there, enter your address. It shows you where your polling place is, a sample ballot, a list of all the candidates for your specific races, and information so that you can research each of them independently and nonpartisanly. And so then you're able to apply it to you. And so that way you choose.
Yeah, you get all the research and you're able to go make your decision.
Right, and you're in and out. I mean, I was in and out today in less than 10 minutes. It was so easy.
Great. Well, Claire, thanks for coming in today. Hopefully more of you can go out and do like Claire and vote early in this election. And remember, more resources can be found on thepowerwomen.org.